All right, let's try this one more again. It let me got halfway through on the other one, and then it stopped. Again, I won't say the name of all of these, but I will call out some. I think this is very, very pretty. And I'm not for sure if they're on YouTube or not, but shout out to the people that made this for me, and I will give you their names. These gnats are terrible. Here's your cedar sign. Okay, they are on Facebook. I will leave it there for a few more seconds so that you can screenshot it. But that's who made this sign for us. And for those of you that do not know, I've said it several times, but it may be a new subscriber or a new person viewing this for the first time. Welcome to Brenda's Way. And Brenda is my mother, uh, who passed away, as you can see here, on July 3rd this year. She passed away suddenly, and so I decided to do. I had a plant, a hibiscus, and when we get to it, I'll show it to you. I had a hibiscus named after her when she was alive, and not knowing that she was going to pass. So when she did pass, I decided to do a whole flower bed instead of just one flower. And these gnats are terrible today. We had a big rain last night. I'm going to say that again. So some of my cards that I have, as you can see, is on the ground. Some of them have failed. Some of them not the same color. Some of the writing has come off of it. So let's go. Let's do this. This is an oak leaf hydrangea. It needs to be in shade. And this is the shade area. Everywhere you see this is the shade area. Once I walk outside where that sizzler is right there, then I'm going to be in full sun stuff. Got guacamole. And y'all bear with me. I might get the names messed up sometimes, but the ones I do know, I will say for sure. Guacamole hosta. And you see the tag. It came a real bad rain. Oh, it's all the way gone. So I have to redo that one. This is a Goldstrom. Rebecca Goldstrom. This is a compact holly cone. And some of them is duplicate. You won't see a tag on it if it's the same thing. Like, for example, this is a jazz hand variegated Chinese fringe. And I have one right there as well. And you won't see a tag on that one. Macrophilia hydrangea. And then this is a pot that I have some pansies in. Aquarius, that red one is Aquarius. You're going to see another one that's real huge. And then so a little bit of Stardust White Flash grass leaf sponge. That came with a bundle, so I just put it in the pot by itself. The pansies is off in there. Here we have a hosta. I think it's called Gold Crown. I think. Here's another Macrophilia hydrangea that was huge, just like this one. I didn't know no better, so I put it in full sun, and it burned real bad. Now, that's not the case for this one. This one is not in sun, so what happened is when it rains and the fabric drops the rain down on the leaves start to turn. All right. This is a lime sizzler, and it's a fire bush. It's supposed to get real big. That's why you don't see nothing on either side of it, so that it can have its mounded area to grow. Lantana. This is a pink, like a blush color butterfly bush. And that green there is Margaret sweet potato vine. All right. This baby here, you see, everybody was, not everybody, but my husband was like, why don't you try putting color on all of your tags? Look what happens when you use cardboard, guys. All that rain we got, that cardboard is still strong. Let me show you. Nico Blue Hydrangea. You can read it from a distance. That's what that is. I have not potted this one yet. For two reasons. One, I got to find a place to put it. For two, I wanted to see how it do in full sun. and it's doing fine. It's been in full sun for about 3 weeks now. It's fine. Uh, Lauripelum Plum Delight. That's what this one is right here. And I think this one is the same. I'm not for sure, so I won't tell you that for sure that that's what that is, but I know it's a Lauripelum. All right. Double play candy corn spirea. That's what that is. More sweet potato vines. This is a sunshine ligustrum. Some people say ligustrum. Some people say ligustrum. Sunshine. I got one there and one there. And I got one in the hospital. I'll tell you what I mean by that. French marigolds are on the front. If you notice, it's one there. It's one there. And it's supposed to be one here, but something happened to it. My husband accidentally broke it. So we just skipped that. I put a vinca there. And then on further down on the front is all French marigolds. Some of them red, some of them orange. All right. Got a bird bath there for the birds. That's the other ligustrum. And then that's the sweet potato vine, Margaret. See that? All right. Bandana lantana. That's what that is. And see, look, see how that just rubbed off? That was colored paper. And because the rain was so heavy, it washed it off and it's down on the stick, running down the stick. I did not paint that orange. It came colored like that. The orange was already there. All right, so this is a little lime punch hydrangea. Let me zoom out a little bit. Still got some beautiful blooms on it. And that in the back is a coral white vinca. None of my cardboard signs were affected at all. See, sometime original is good, guys. Another lantana here. So let me switch over to the other side. All right, so I won't go too far gone. Bird bath here, sunshine ligustrum here. Another, but this is a lime light hydrangea. It's a big one. Then I have a pink rose tree. That's what this is. I don't know the name or the kind it is. I think it's a knockout rose, but it didn't have a tag when I purchased it a couple of years ago. And I named this rose after my auntie Annie Mae. This is Annie Mae. My mom had two sisters, one named Annie Mae and the other one named Linda Rose. So here's Linda. Linda Rose is the Rose of Sharon. It's called a purple pillar Rose of Sharon. And that's Linda Rose. Two sisters, Annie Mae, Linda Rose. And then the star of the show. This is a rose mallow hibiscus, also known as Miss Brenda. That's my mom. All right, on the left side, we got Montauk daisies. Sorry about that. I'm hitting at gnats. A white butterfly bush. This white profusion butterfly bush. And then we have right over beside it another limelight hydrangea. And on the back side of that limelight hydrangea, we got another Pontotoc daisy. Okay. All right. And then we got the praying hands. I told y'all always, if you my subscribers, you know I'ma always talk about God. I'ma always put him into anything I'm doing or saying. So it's two praying hands in this flower bed. Plumbago. That's what that is. I'm trying to remember the name of this one here. This is sweet potato vine mix. It's called Blackie. That one. That's what that's called, Blackie. This one, give me a second. Cryptomeria globosa, Nana shrub. Okay, I did good with that one. This is a puckster. I got this one from Creekside. It has not matured yet. I got it in a 1 gallon. Just got it this year, so it's gonna be a while before it grows up. Over here, I got, okay, so the last thing on the front side that I told you about was the daisy. There's another French marigold. And then there's some vincas, which is they're getting tired. This is another hibiscus. It blooms white and pink, soft white, soft pink swirl. That's how it blooms, around and around in a circle like a fan. It's a swirl shape. If I can get a picture, I will. When it did bloom, it has some bloom. It's got some buds on it, but it hadn't bloomed. I will put it up on the screen. All right, here's another beauty. This is mesh pink blanket flower. I have a few blanket flowers. All right, Persian shield. I'm gonna mess this up. Strobilanthes. I ain't gonna murder it because that's far as I'm gonna go. I will bring it in close for you. All right, got another coleus right here. That's a lime coleus. I don't know the exact name, but that's a lime coleus. All right, we got some Brazilian red hot. I'll bring that one in too. I like the way they look. They were small, and I didn't know what they were going to turn out to look like, but they are pretty. Okay, before I go any further, let me show you this gardenia. It blooms white. Let me see if any of the blooms are on it. Yeah, there it goes. Look. I didn't have a tag for this one either, but look at that foliage, y'all. Ain't that pretty? And yes, that is green peeping through that white. I like that. Okay. This is a hibiscus. Red. It's red. It had blooms on it the other day. It was so pretty. It's the only hibiscus that had blooms on it. All right. Right behind it is a mesa red blanket flower, and over from it is a excuse me, I'm gnats. Barbican yellow red ring blanket flower. That's right there. And then here we have strawberry Sunday hydrangea. Another set of vincas. Here we have purple trailing lantana. I loved it for the purple color. My mama loved purple. That was her favorite color. And again, we got some more um, marigolds, French marigolds. In the corner over there, we have a silver buttonwood bush. And then, of course, this is hydrangeas that have bloomed out. And it's a pinnacle hydrangea. I do know that. And here we have another hibiscus. This is called Hollywood hibiscus. First to arrive. First to arrive. Yeah, I might do all of them cardboard so when it rains, it does not affect them. All right, I'm going to back up a little bit so that you can get to see this big coleus here. All right. Look at the foliage on it. Isn't that saying fall? Now, when I first got it, it was very small and it was all red like that. And now, since we're getting close to fall, it's starting to get fall foliage on it. It's so pretty. All right. This is super blue larrapy. Y'all know about that. You can break that in half or in fours and put it all over your flower bed. It'll get that big or bigger again. Here we have a rose. And this rose is from my neighbor. My neighbor name is Lisa, and she broke off a piece of her rose right there and tried to replant it somewhere else in the yard and could not. It would not live. She said the ground was too bad, and she asked if I would put this in the flower garden, in my mom's flower garden, to honor her from her. And I said yes, and I even named it Lisa. Can't see it on the tag because it's one of those colorful tags that has washed off again. Silver buttonwood again. Y'all, I don't know if you can really see the foliage good, but that is a pretty, pretty tree, bush. All right, another vinca. This is pink. Let me get on around so I can turn. Trailing vinca is called shell pink. Shell pink. And then I got a red crepe myrtle right here. Now, these pieces that you see that's red at the bottom, when I moved this coleus, they broke. So I just stuck them in the ground here, and yeah, they growing. All right. I might murder this one too. Clara, common. I love the way this tree looks. This tree is gonna get pretty big, and it's gonna get like red on top. I call it a red top. Oh, the rain has washed this stuff off, y'all. I do know that this is a magnolia banana tree, but it's not a banana tree that blooms bananas. Oh man, I hope I get it on the next one. I got another one down here. Then I have a pencil holly right there. And let me see if I can get close to it. I think it's Stella. Let me pull the tag. Stella Ruby. Just enough on there for me to see that. Stella Ruby banana tree. And it's magnolia. So I told you I had another sunshine logistrum that's at the hospital, at the doctor's office. This is the doctor's office for it. I put it back in the pot and I'm trying to feed it and give it some nutrients so it can grow. And then on the other end, I have another one of the ones I call red top. All right, so if I back up a little bit and y'all excuse the yard, this is where I had all my soil at, and this is where I had all my mulch at. So of course you're gonna see spots and stuff of that. If you look at this, the pencil is in the middle, and then whatever I got over there, I have right there, and whatever I have right there, I got right there, and then the pencil is in the middle, and then the red crepe myrtles on the end, the very end. All right, let's go through the front side of it. So you already seen what this was. That's why it's a lot of space around it because it's gonna grow and get real big. It's already growing. This one in the back right here, that's another hydrangea that I got from Creekside. So it is small, but it's supposed to grow and get bigger. All right, that's the gardenia I showed you. This is a salvia. I want to say Rockin' the Blues salvia, but it may not be Rockin' the Blues, but it's one of them. It's Rockin' the Blues cousin. And on the front side here, I have the yellow gold marigolds. All right, that's the plumbago I showed you. That's the praying hands I showed you. And that is another bandana lantana. Gardenias, Rebecca Goldstrom, and echinacea purple cone flower is in those two pots right there. All right, that's the firelight tidbit that I got from Creekside. This one right here, and it still got to grow. Also, this is the Puckster Blue uh, butterfly bush, which is going to come about right here. It's going to be moved to right here because that hydrangea is really crowding its space already. All right, this is another hibiscus that I have. And when we purchased this hibiscus, and you see it's got some blooms on it, I might even do a short when they bloom out. This one is all white, totally snow white, and it's so pretty. It's another lantana, praying hands right there, another lantana there. I would never go by and not talk about those praying hands and talking about God and how much prayer changes things, fix things, work things out. That's that's what He does. But you got a part to do. All right, I got this one from Creekside as well. This is another Puckster Blue butterfly bush. It just hasn't made it to its maturity yet. All right, that's another plumbago. All right, soft touch holly. That's what that is. Then I have another super blue. Then I have a pink hardy mom, and with the pink hardy mom in front of the pink hardy mom, I have gold um, marigolds, a daylily, a mounded bandana lantana, another daylily, pink hardy mom, and then a marigold. These nets, y'all, got me stuttering because I'm flapping at them while I'm trying to do this. Another super blue, and then another soft touch. And then on the end, in the rock up here at the beginning, I have some pansies in there, and then another daylily. So with this one up front, in front of the shade area, guys, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Uh-oh, I see something over on the front door garden and broke. I kind of mirrored what I had. So soft touch, wait, soft touch holly, soft touch holly, super blue, super blue, marigold and mom, marigold and mom, lily, lily, and then a lantana. So this is Brenda's way. This is Brenda's way. Feel free to comment. Feel free to um, like. Feel free to share. And most definitely subscribe to our channel. More to come. I have so many videos to send your way because I stopped recording. I didn't stop recording. I stopped putting the content out when I started to get close to putting these flowers in and making it, forming it up to be what it is right now. So I'm going to go back and start back where I left off at and then show you how I worked my way. My husband and I worked our way all the way up to this point of having this flower garden to this point. That's Brenda's way. Um, at the end of this video, I will tell you something. And I hope that you already know this, but maybe some people need a reminder because I know how anger can be. I know how emotions can be. I know how it can be to lose sight of what's most important. If you still have your mom or any loved one, love on them. Show them the love that they deserve when you're not mad or when you're not upset or when the emotions are not high in a bad way. Forgive. Let them know how much you care about them because, like my mom, your loved one could easily pass in their sleep or easily pass away, and you don't get the chance to go back and say what you shoulda, coulda, woulda, supposed to have said. So while you have that opportunity, and I will walk along as I say this, while you have that opportunity, please use it. Now, I'm not saying it because I had something to do or say with my mom, but hey, if I'd have known that she was gonna pass, it's a lot I would have said, but we were on great terms. It wasn't no issues or anything like that. But I know that there's a lot of times where people do have that situation and um, won't say things like "I love you," because they've been hurt before or they don't want nobody to hurt them. Well, or for whatever reason, may not even be that. For whatever reason, tell that person you love them. Tell that person that you care about them. Show them. And it ain't always about money. Uh, it can just be time. Spend time with people that you love. Make the time. Because I promise you, if they get sick or if something major happened and you think that they're gonna pass or whatever, you make the time then. Make that time and spend it with them. And show your loved ones how much you care about them by the actions that you take. Say I'm sorry, even if you didn't do it, even if you're not wrong, even if they did wrong. It's okay. It's okay. And even if you don't, I've said this before on my lives. I mean on my videos, I think it's a reel that I made. Even if you don't go back to being that close friend that you once was, at least you got a chance to say, hey, I'm sorry, or hey, I love you. In spite of whatever we're going through or whatever we went through, I love you. And you don't have to go back to being that close with them no more, but at least you got that part off your chest. And if anything happens, hey, you don't feel no kind of way. You don't feel like you wish you would have, or you wish you could have, or you wish you had that last moment or whatever. You know, yeah, you will miss that person, but at least you will feel good about what you did when you said, hey, I'm squashing that, I'm letting that go. You ain't even got to go into details because sometimes people are dead wrong for the way they treat you, the things that they do. But because they're dead wrong does not make it okay for you to say that ugly thing or do that ugly thing and then don't come back and apologize and mean it from your heart. Not just so you can say, well, I said I'm sorry. Not like that. But you want to do it and you don't want to have the regrets. Trust me on this one. You don't want to have the regrets. And I only say that because I know that kind of thing does happen. So I want you guys to know that I am um, super excited about doing this in honor of my mom. I'm super excited about having this opportunity to share this with you guys. And if y'all have any questions about a specific flower or anything of that nature, anything, please feel free to reach out. All right. You are on the Nichols journey. You have been on the Nichols journey. And also, you've been on Brenda's way while on the Nichols journey. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for being a viewer. And thank you for caring enough to watch this very end. I hope I said something that was delightful for you or intriguing to you or something that made you feel good in some kind of way. And I want to tell you guys, to God be the glory. And we will see you in the next video. Later.